Hello. It's time. It's time to do Halo stuff again. It's like the namesake of the channel. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Let's have a look. Here we go. This guy. The MK.V helmet from Halo Reach. As part of a full body commission. These are all the parts I've printed out. And it's, yeah. Pretty much ready to go. We just need to cut out all the crazy random shapes because it's an old template, and with old templates they're all designed to be on paper, so you get like all these random edges and cuts and stuff like that you're sort of like, oh fucking hell, you don't need any of that. Like this, what's this here? We don't need that, so that's not going to be a thing. Literally this. It's I think, did I see, there's little things I've missed, which is annoying. So that is there, look. We go under here, and this side seems to have an extra lip right there. That's good. Okay, we need that. That's fine. So that's the part we need. So I need to make sure I flip that over and add it to that side. Little things, it's little things like that. That is actually supposed to be there. There's little tiny things I've missed, look. And that's supposed to be there, and the reason why someone won't have done that is because there's an overlap there. But that doesn't matter, because we're using foam. We can just stretch it and move it. Make an edge, Little things like this annoy me. And I would rather that it was in little bits like that, so it was like, right flush to the thing. And then there's these bits as well. Look, oh no, look, it's attached to that. So we can't do that. And there's all that as well from the other side that we don't need. So yeah, I'm actively wrecking the bloody thing that I've done. So I'm going to put it back to how it was when I found it there. Right, good. Because then that's exactly what I have on paper. Just saying, I've already printed it. It's right here in front of me, and I'm sat here trying to wreck everything I've printed. That's what we do here. We don't make things easy. But that's the first part we're going to do. We're going to get the bottom part, the front face part, and the sort of over the nose bit that would meet the visor. And then start to build it out from there. We'll go for the cheeks, because we've got all this under here that we can use as like an anchor. We can get those cheek bits put on, get that on and that, and then we'll add this as well. But yeah, first things first. Doing that without showing you, I'm so sorry. Right, what I was saying was there's these cheek bits here. That'll all go on both sides. But first things first, we're going to get these two bits done and on. Oh, and that as well. I might actually see if I can add it to that. Now, see, that's going to be different. That's going to be on the thin, skinny, soft foam. This and this is what we're going to do to make absolutely sure that we don't screw anything up. So these two right here are the first things I'm cutting out. That's right. Okay. So I've got the first one here. That's that. That's the under bit, the under chin. And there's like the mouthpiece, for the lack of a better term for it. So there we go. Let's get these things, let's get them cut out. Now, it's been a while since I've done Halo stuff. I've been doing Ninja Turtles for ages, so I'm going to have to retrain myself to go back to all like the angles and stuff that I was trying to avoid for the more natural sort of skin stuff that I was trying to accomplish with the Ninja Turtle build. Just got to remind myself that angles are fine on this. Angles are fine. We want angles. We want edged things. It's all metal and machine made, so we need it to look as such. I'm gonna make sure I'm not like, you know, like I'm gonna cut out every little thing, and there'll be a bit of sticking with the old tape and what have you, but it's going to be mainly just so I can get a piece in one piece rather than to get a shape, because yeah, the shaping things and what have you was a right bastard with the Ninja Turtle stuff. Oh my god, that's annoying. Once again, I'm going to have to flip this over because one side's got what we need and one hasn't. So actually, to make that even easier, we're going to just chop this side off and make the whole thing easier, because I'll just flip it over on the foam. Did I? No, I didn't. I nearly forgot. There we go. So, yeah, get that down on the foam, flip it over to do that side. There we go. And I suppose I could do that like a lot with nearly all of it to make sure it's where it needs to be. This bit, with it being like that, I believe it is... Is it like that? It is like that. So it's this side that's right, as in it's on the left, so it is right. And that side's wrong, so I need to flip it to do that side, because I've got all these extra bits on this side. I'm also going to allow for that bit that I've missed, cutting in a little bit extra. Go. Again, why don't I just chop that off? No, no, right. That's why. Yeah, I'm not telling you why, am I? Yeah, because of the shape of this one. If I like just chop this entire section off, I'm missing a whole chunk there, and it'll be really difficult to line it up. So I won't. Right. Here we go. Okay. Chin bit. There it is. Done with that. You sleeping? Yeah? Yeah. Sleepy baby. Right, I need to get the big I need to get the big heavy foam out. 2 seconds. Here we go. Whoa. Right. Don't panic. Don't panic, darling. Don't panic. Are you okay? It's alright. Don't worry. Right. Sorry. Settling my little friend down a little bit. Right. I want to try and not overuse the foam. We've got plenty, but I want to try and conserve as much as humanly possible. So, just use that template as a width guide. Oh, there we go. Right, you can live there for a bit. Okay. Last time I made a Mark V helmet from Halo Reach, I didn't have the luxury of using this type of foam. I had to use, I was using EVA foam mats, like the interlocking mats that you get from, hardware stores, for lack of a better term, and all over. So, yeah, I had to sort of improvise a lot, and I used a motorcycle helmet visor, and it worked, but it was really sort of tough, and it didn't come out the way I would liked it. But now I've got so much better materials and better equipment and tools and everything, so I'm in a much better position to do this helmet now. So I feel like it's a bit of a redemption arc that I'm on right now. Let's see, I'll line them up. That's about right. There we go. And just over there, we'll go like that as well, just so we know. Yep, there it is. Marvellous. Marvelous. Now that's the thing. I'm going to have to flip it over, and that's not going to work. Okay, we'll do it below. Close as we can to the edge. And being very economical. Economic. Oop. I saw you. Yep, you moved. Economic. Right. Just getting a little line down there, so we can flip it over. Oh my god. Terrible. go. Just try and line it up as best I can because I'm not fully symmetrical. There we go. Right. So, time. First cut. Can't believe it. Been months. It's like four months since I did a Halo suit. Been Ninja Turtling too long. Right. Shit. 1 minute. Let's have a look. So yeah, we definitely need to do like an angle cut there, so that'll land. Yep, I nearly messed it up on the first cut. There we go. Aren't we clever? Yes, we are. Extremely. Okay. So get a nice angle on it. There we are. The rest is fairly straightforward. Apart from these edges, I think those need to be angled as well. Yes, they definitely do. But that doesn't. So that's okay. Oh, we've done that. Now, right, just going to try and match that. Did I cut that? Yes, I did. I didn't cut that. There we go. Part 1. Quite clean. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Right, that's the top of it. So, yeah, that's just a normal angle. Need a slight angle inward on those bits. And the edges here can be just vertical. And then we do a slight angle on that and a slight angle on this undercarriage. So, right. Okie dokie. Just so we know. And we definitely need to angle in here, because those bits are definitely meeting. That's done. That is fine. And so are all the edges as far as I'm aware. If not, I can go back and slice a bit out. The reason I don't is, you know, if I can do it beforehand while I'm cutting it out of the foam, it just makes it a little bit neater. Right, this is going to be the tricky bit right here, because it's such a thin piece. And it needs to have a bit of an angle on the bottom there. I think so do these, but I haven't done it. Or well. Oopie days. But yeah, these bits here need quite a healthy angle on them. And then I'm going to try and continue that under the back to get it to fold under the chin. There we go. Right. Ooh. Oh, I haven't done that. That one little piece there was just holding the entire thing in the foam. Right, there we go. Question. What's up, Naz? 3D printing question? Twitch question? Do I need a scraper to remove filament from the gold plate thing? I'm worried I damage it. Inside that little box I left on beside the printer is like a specific scraper blade that's designed to scrape the filament off. I don't think I got that, and if I did, it's probably still in the main box and I've missed it. But you have on the app the handle for it, and you've got two little screws that come with it in one of the little tiny packets that I've left in there for you as well. And that'll and it's designed specifically to scrape the filament off that exact build plate. So no, the answer is no, you won't knacker it. But yeah, use that one because it's like specifically designed for it. But it's in there. It's in like a little black envelope, like a really tiny black envelope in the box I've left to the side. So you know. Right, where have I put that? There it is. Right, let's have a look at you. So right, for one thing, let's get this done. So what I'm doing, for those that don't know, is creating a little area like that so that it can bend back and then meet, like so. That's about the right angle that we want. And then the key is just to get that nice, these bits here nicely lined up and glued down with minimum cracks, you know. And then we need to get these to go inward. So I'm going to do sort of a simplified version of what's here. We're going to do the inward bend first. So we're going to do exactly the same again. Shit. I did it wrong. There we go. So take a tiny bit out of the outside, like that, and a tiny bit out of the inside, on both sides. So there's some really thin bits stuck, and I tried to get it off with my nail, and it stabbed about 4/5 into my nail. Yeah, well, that's a bit silly, isn't it? But yeah, like I say, open that little cardboard box next to your printer, that I left. And if you go onto your app, it was the one that I pointed out, you'll see that it has like the actual blade in the picture. And you can physically print the handle for the scraper blade. Oh, you're doing it? Brilliant. Okay. Right, so we've got this bending in wood, which is what we want. And then we've got that bending down, so this needs to bend down with it, which I think we could leave like that, but also we need it to, I think, bend even further around these very edges, possibly. We'll see. It should be fine. She's asking for all sorts of nonsense things as well. That's the joys of 3D printing excitement. I was like that. When I first got mine rolling, I was like, I could do everything. I could print the world. She's just excited. Let her be excited. But we did find another Monster High pretend fawn. So I'm printing Draculaura's and surprise. I'm going to surprise her. All right. Oh, so you're doing it like full size for like human size. That's cool. For, yeah. You know, if I was any good with Blender, I'd get one of those things and make a phone-shaped hole in it so it would act like an actual like phone case. But I'm terrible with Blender, so okay, cool. Yeah, I've tried it so many times. I wanted to make my own little 3D characters and what have you when I had aspirations of game design, until AI took over and, you know, all the big companies laid off thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. People. I don't know why I said people. I've received a message. What you want about? What? Wait, is that Marketplace Assistant? Looks like you have listed to. Ah, right. No, I haven't fucking sold it. Thanks. I hate that. It just tells you, like, when you think you've got a message for something you're trying to sell privately, and then, oh no, it's just Marketplace saying you're crap at selling stuff, so we'll help you sell your stuff. Well, help me do it then. Just to, like, do it in the first place. Don't tell me what you're doing. Just do it. So I don't fucking care, mate. I'm only kidding, Marketplace. I'm really grateful for all your help. Aren't you lovely? It just said, do you want to renew this listing? Yes and no. And I know. It's like, has it sold? But you could do that as like an actual, like, in the Facebook app, but it sends it to Messenger. And then it has a right kerfuffle trying to load the message. And it's like, right, do it through the actual Facebook app, or fucking sort your shit out, not me. It does my head in. What can I say? Fuck those people. That's what I say. That's pretty much what I say all the time. Oh, there you go, see? It has gone to the right place. That side's not as sweet to fit, but it's the seam is a little bit less obvious, so that's cool. I've just got a bloody glue mark right there just to mess everything up. Anyway, let's get it all nice and glued, and then I'm going to do the tiny bit on the bottom. Yeah, I've had a lot of those, and I'm selling my Arkham Asylum and Arkham City 360 games, and they're the special editions with like all the, you know, the statues and the Batarang and all the little extra discs and stuff. When, you know, special editions used to be fun and used to, you know, collector's editions used to actually contain collectibles and not just a digital soundtrack or some shit. So I've got that on. Dude asks me about it, then realises, oh no, wait a minute, I'm after Arkham Origins. Right, so for a start, you can't read. Okay, this is just so I know. This is the kind of mind we're dealing with right now. And I'm like, right, okay. As it happens, I have Arkham City as well. If you're interested in Arkham City, and he sort of says, yeah, like I didn't realise until later that the way this dude types, when he says ye, as in Y-E, he kind of means no. So I'm like, well, I've got Arkham City, here's the link to that ad, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, do you know, if you buy both, that's however much, and I'll post it. I'm happy to post it. And, you know, if you're after both, I'm happy to throw Arkham Origins in. Arkham Origins is just the game. It's not a, you know, a fancy edition or anything. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm just after Asylum. And I was like, right, okay, well, Asylum is this much, and it's, you know, it's that. And if you're just having that, then, you know, I want to charge you postage for it. You know, shipping not included or whatever. And he was like, oh, I've just seen it for like 60, which was a lot less than it's worth, for the Batarang. And I'm like, dude, it's not a Batarang. It's the game. The Batarang is a statue piece that, like, a, you know, display it kind of, is a display piece that comes with the game. You're not just paying for the Batarang, you're paying for the game, the bonus discs, the art books, the, like, all the other stuff that comes with it. And he's like, oh, I'll leave it then, as in, like, I'm not interested. And then said, I'll have a think, buddy. It's like he's having two different conversations at the same time. He just left me completely bewildered. I was just like, what's going on? Like, do you want the fucking game or not? Well, this is the level of marketplace for you. I had someone ask about the exact same games, because I've got them on eBay too. And he spoke to me on eBay like it was Marketplace. Like he messaged my eBay account and said, "Is this still available?" No, it's not. I made another eBay listing after I sold it and like just pretended I'd got it again. You know, clearly doesn't know how eBay works. You know, and I'm like, yeah, I've still got it. It's like, oh, would you do it for this much? And I'm like, I said, like, look, you make offers on the listing. If you want to make an offer, I'll either accept the offer or I won't. You know. And he was like, "Oh, you've got Asylum as well," because he'd come for City, you see. And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And he said, "Oh, would you do it for this much?" And I said, "Well, do us a favour, offer that much on that one and that much on that one. It comes to about the same amount, and I'll accept it, and I'll be happy to ship them both to you." And he was like, "Oh, nice one, yeah. I'll get it on the 9th. I'm never going to forget the 9th. The 9th rolls along. And I'm like, so you're still doing this, mate? I've changed my mind. So we're getting Marketplace wankers on eBay now. So we're just gonna, we're just like, and of course I'm the arsehole, aren't I? For getting upset about that. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. Shoot me. That has been my experience with trying to sell fancy editions of Batman games. It's making me not want to do it ever again, but I kind of need the money. Otherwise, I'd just not, because they're some of my favourite games of all time, and I love those statues, and I would 100% have them like on my shelf up there with all my other Batman stuff that you can probably see in the background, and Ghostbusters and Terminator, and all my Alien stuff's in here, and Ninja Turtles. Love my Ninja Turtles. Yeah, and I'd have those statues out on display, but you know, needs must, etc. Bloke asked about the monitor a couple of weeks ago. Asked if he could see it working. I think I know where this is going immediately. When he got here, so I was like, yeah, sure. And he put, might stick around for a cuppa. After that, bloke tried to get me to meet him in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. No. That's a no. That's a no. Yeah. Why do people use Facebook Marketplace as a dating app? What is that about? Okay then. I think I need to get this sliced. And where does it go in? Yes, to here. Oh, much like the other ones, we've got to chop out the shit. Chop out the shit we don't need. There we go. Get out. And I'm going to put a tiny cut down the middle of this corner so it will separate when we push it in. Like so. And we need to take a whole chunk out of this inside bit as well, so we get plenty of space to move. Oh shit. Right, so we've got that, and I've bloody split the foam, for God's sake. Right, we'll have to do a fancy repair. I've got a tiny bit of glue on the inside of where you know it is, then we'll wipe it around, get it to glue down nicely. Right, while that fully solidifies before I start bending it around, which is an absolute must, otherwise we're going to end up with like torn bits of foam and shit. I'm going to go make a cup of tea because I'm British. I will be right back. Hi guys. Sorry, I just made myself a bit sick. Right, so that's about where we need it to be. That's going to go onto there, but that's going to meet it sideways like that, so that's good as well. Excellent. This needs to also be attached to that and that. So yeah, we've got a little bit of work to do, like. Little bit of work to do. So first and foremost, get that bit done. Keep forgetting I've got a touchscreen monitor at the bottom there and I keep touching it. Fuck. Right, okay, that's that side. Do the other side as well, like. Oh my god. Honestly. I want to be the man that Bernard Black doesn't trust. He has no nasal hair. No, thank you. Oh, it's fucking horrible. Oh dear. Ah. There we go. It's about ready for integration. I think it's technically supposed to like be like moved up and stuff and what have you, so I might do a little bit of cutting to get some more sort of edges, but at the same time I'm not sure that it's necessary, you know. I just know these bits is meant to attach here. That's supposed to be right round, and yeah, they definitely needed the bits I didn't do. Ravenous. There we go. I don't know how to spell words. But that describes my stomach right now. But I'm going to wait at least an hour. You do at least 2 hours on this before breaking for food and then coming back later on. So, yeah. Okay. Right, job one. I'm going to get this attached if I can. Quite nicely. And then these bits need to attach to the sides here, I think. Fairly certain they do. Yes, but they also bend inwards. That's really annoying. Shit. Right, so, okay. Yeah, before I take it in any further, I'm going to have to do something I should have done before I glued it all. Because I'm very, very silly. Which is, I'm going to have to do the same again with these very outer bits. I have to like cut them out so they fold right in. Where do we go from here? Okay. So, yeah, like that. All the way down. And then what's left of this bit here. So again, it should have been done before I got to this point. It was very silly. I should know better by now. Yeah. This is like 100% the sort of shit that like is like a fucking rookie mistake. I'm so stupid. Like, I was going to call myself stupid, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say that I'm stewing instead. I'm just angry at myself. Try and give myself a break every now and again. Right, let's do the outer bits first. This is so difficult when you've already mistakenly glued the bloody bits that you're trying to... Right. Okay. Let's do the same on this side as well. See, I'm doing all this right now, and I could end up just chopping it off, because sometimes the nature of these sorts of foam builds is that you get to a point where you're making so many incisions, and it's like, hang on a minute, I don't even need it to be there. So that could very well happen. But it's worth doing and spending a bit of time doing it, just in case you know, you do need it to be there, like space wise, because the worst thing you can do is end up with a gap and have to glue in like bits that you've missed because you're a dingbat. Yeah, that's happened to me before as well. So yeah, I'm very, very clever sometimes. Right. Let's see if we can get it glued in any kind of coherent manner. Probably not. Just trying to yeah. Still got a shiny blister. Right there. Lovely. Okay, let's try this other side. It's not made a huge amount of difference really, which is a shame. So it may end up needing to be chopped off, but we'll see. Cup holder insert for your car. That's cool. Oh, if you're using PLA, it might be not so good in the summer. Well, yeah, you can take it out, can't you, and wash it and stuff. That's good. I might do something like that for mine, because mine just has those little shallow things at the bottom, and I think it could do with like holders. I've lost count of the amount of times I've had like a can of, you know, like Coke or Fanta or some shit in there and turned a corner or gone round a roundabout and it's ended up all over my legs. So I'll have to have a look. You should, because yours have an open exposed screw at the bottom too. And cleaning it is a nightmare. Yep. That's also true. Okay. Right, we're finally at a point where I think we can at least think about trying to get this on properly. Okay. I've discovered what it is like. That's you can probably every now and again hear like a couple of like small dogs shouting and yapping. I've discovered what it is. There's a couple of, I can't tell if they're from what I'm hearing, I can't tell if they're crows, ravens, or possibly like magpies or whatever they are. But they're they're coming and fucking with the dogs for fun, because I can hear them sort of like making noise after the dogs kick off as if they're laughing at the dogs. Which is absolutely spectacular. So like you'll hear the dogs go rawr, 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 and then these birds go like which is just fantastic. It like I was getting really annoyed about the dogs barking, but now I'm actually really happy about it. Because that's just fantastic, isn't it? I mean, come on. Oh dear. Yeah, I like it. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? Do you know what I forgot to do? Crap. No wonder it's not working quite as well as we wanted. This bit here, from here to here, is supposed to be its own separate section that I forgot to mark out, and I forgot to fucking cut as well. There we go. We get plenty of fucking glue mouse noises this time with this build. This has been so long since I've done a Mark V helmet with, you know, with the Reach template that I'm forgetting all the little tiny nuances I'd taught myself last time I did it, which was years ago. It was so long ago that I lived in a completely different place and I was working out of a shed. So I mean, that should tell you something. So yeah, it should be going like that, and that makes more sense for that angle that it's meeting up with right there. So like so it needs to sort of be like that sort of thing, I think. Yep, it definitely does. So okay, right, I'll try and get it glued down first. Now we have the new angle for it to be glued on. It does unfortunately mean that I've cut away too much trying to create the right angle and sort of messed it up a little bit, but nothing we can't fix. With a boatload of glue and a lot of patience. So I'm going to use this edge here to inform exactly where we need it to be, and we're going to put it together like so. And then at the end of the process, I'm going to possibly shave a bit off with my rotary tool to minimise the overshooting and all that, like, you know, over edges and what have you. Getting a notification Philip is busy. Oh, is that what you've called it? Right, yeah. I need to change mine on the app because he's called Bob. That's what I've been calling him, Bob. Bob the Bamboo Lab. Bob the Bamboo Lab printer. Right. I'll try and hold this in position. Get it like back and done right, if possible. God, it really is fighting against itself here. Right. Excellent. Where are we? Right, we're going to try and get the cheek bits in straight away to make it as solid as possible so it can be sort of left. We need to get it to a point where you can leave it comfortably and not have to worry about it fucking falling apart or getting knocked over by a small apex predator that might be living with me and likes to jump up onto the desk because it knows that that's where all my interest is, so there must be something interesting up here to do, and generally it finds that there is. So yeah, fantastic. Excellent. My reply to that I shouldn't read out loud, and I won't, would be there might be an itch. So, you know, yellow cream might be the answer to that one. Unless it was fully recreational. I mean, it could have been. Right. Where are we? We need to be here. That's what we're doing next because that attaches to both things. And that's over here. So I'll try and find that bit. We'll get that on. And there's this as well that attaches to that. So we've got like quite a complicated piece to build with this one because it's oddly shaped, as you can see. And then if I turn on there it is. Right. Once you do that, you know that a blue line is like an inward cut, and those sort of teal looking lines are outward. So it makes it easier to determine where things are going and what have you. But I may change the way that that is with tape and a lot of patience. So let's try that. First things first, let's find it. That's not it. There we go. It's bigger than I thought. That's good. It needs to be for any of those like cuts and angles to work. Hair's going in my nose. Correction, it's not. It's tickling my nose hairs. My nose trimmer broke. Okay. Right. Okay. So with this, we've got like a bit that is going to fold like that, and then move into there. We're going to fold out of this bit. Ooh. Excellent. Notification for Whitby Pirate Festival. Yar, etc. And so that's going to bend in like that, and that's going to end up on there, and that's going to be like that, and it's going to be all very nice. Okay. So yeah, it might look like I'm fully wrecking this, but it's useful to do that a little bit before you get it onto the form, and then you know exactly what you're doing. And yes, quite. So I'm going to try and not do all these silly lines inside that like don't make sense. They literally don't for this. But the rest do. The rest are critical. So that's the balance we will strike. Whoop. Nearly fully screwed it there. There we go. go. And then are we able to... Always so bloody close and yet so far. That's good though, I can get it quite close there. Yeah, that'll do. I'm tempted to start using ever so slightly thinner but even more dense foam. You can get a higher density at 8mm instead of 10mm, and I'm starting to wonder if that's like a better idea. So I think I'm going to try that next time I need to buy a roll. I'm gonna go down from 10mm to 8mm, but with a thicker density, so it's like rock hard but a bit thinner, and that just makes it that. I think that would make it a little bit easier to do these little intricate bits like this, possibly. Maybe. Right, and a quick look at this makes me think that it's all going to be, apart from the bottom here, that is definitely, because that's attaching to this, so that's definitely an angle, and then a slight angle on the bottom part of the back here, and then I think everything else is pretty much like a normal. I'm going to give it a decent angle on the bottom here, and here, and obviously here, because this is definitely what is happening, and here as well, and here. This part, however, is meeting at an outward angle, so this all up to here is a normal vertical. We need an inward on this because that's folding over. This is meeting on an outward angle, so that's okay. Same with all of this, apart from there, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, right, so on the outside of this is absolutely fine. I need a slight angle on the inside, but I'm going to give that side the bigger of the two angles. Now along the top here, all the way up to here is a definite like meeting on an outer angle, and now this last little section here possibly, I'll do it later if I need to, but that might be an inward angle that we need to do, and this definitely has a slight inward angle because that's meeting a part of the other cheek. And same for this last bit that I haven't done here. So let's see what we've ended up with. Right. Now, while we're going, I'm going to try and replicate that. So along the bottom here, we're fine. Until we get to that section there. Just remove that. That needs a slight. It looks like I've given it a slight angle. These are fairly decent extreme angles, I would say. This is more or less straight up or down, depending on your perspective. We're vertical here, properly. Inward there. Vertical here. Vertical here. Inward along here, obviously. And obviously there as well. All of this is meeting with outward angles, so it's okay. It was just that one section, wasn't it, about halfway through, halfway down here, that we were questioning, but it's okay, we'll find out and cut it accordingly. A slight angle on these two because they're meeting the other cheek, and done. I hope. Oh, that's not cut at all. There we go. Right. Okay. Now, the real work begins. Oh dear. Let's see. So, we're going on an inward trajectory on that bit there. On both bits actually, so yep, and inward along here as well. Until we get to about there. Where are we? There. And then we carry on down to here where we meet the let's see what have we got. Like it's an inward line and then it curves downward to meet that. It's an outward, yeah, it's an outward, and then we meet that. So that's like that. And we do a parallel line that then goes below the little spiky point, like that. So that is actually going to be an outward line like that. But then to complicate matters, because I mean, why not? We've got two lines along here, one line coming off there going to this halfway point that we weren't sure about, so we can go like that. And it's like there's another one, but I'm not sure where to put it yet. Feels like there is where it should be, but that doesn't really work either. So we'll do one that follows this line, and then we move over like that. That is also going to be an outward. We have a line that sort of follows there and then goes to there. And then we'll go to there to there. Both of which are meeting on the inside. Oops, Jesus, nearly sliced the soft part of my palm. Now like a few new lines to be read. Right. Yeah, those are outward, and so is that. This, however, is not, so we're going to slice that out. And here as well. Try and line it up with the angle cuts that we've done. So it should go like that, and then like that, and then that should bend over and bend into there, and we should have... I can't... The light's not right to show you properly, I'm sorry. Right, anyway, I need to do this bit. I'm going to have a go at making a scale pattern on the cloth mesh. I've found a file for bookshelf dragon that drapes over books. I think she would like it. Yeah, that's an idea. Right. So, right, there's another inward line on this thing. That's confusing, but let's see. We'll go like that, get rid of that. Then we're going to try and line it up with the rest like that. Then also we've got all of this to cut out, which is definitely a thing that needs to happen. It also ends abruptly before it goes any further, so we're cutting out of here as well. And that needs to, and I've split the foam, perfect. Fuck's sake. So that's going to go like that. But we need to get rid of the outer bits as well, because that's definitely going to be a problem. And then I'll try and repair that split that I've just done. Can you believe it, lad? Seems fairly simple to repair though, thankfully. It's got a flat edge that we're... So it should get maximum surface contact with the glue. So that's good. Right, while that's doing that, I'll start the whole process again on this. This is where my brain checks out and goes, right, just do it later. I'm like, no, we need to carry on. Right. Okay. The upside though is that this matches that now because it's the upside down one. So, ugh, fuck. My bloody knife's corroding. So, I'm going to start on this outer line. It's going to sort of follow along here and end up here. Bollocks. Hate that. Let me know if you've got rid of that. Or if it's still on there, because you've got, right, okay, good. Because it doesn't remove it from Restream. I have to manually do it from Restream. That's all. But yeah. You know what's also weird is, like, you know how Stream Elements shows up as a view most of the time. It hasn't done until I've just opened the management side of the app, and then it's suddenly shown up as a view. And so I've been sat here sometimes with like one view thinking that it's just restream, and I've just gone completely silent, and it'll have been someone watching. So that's like Twitch just actively sabotaging me. Fucking great, mate. Fucking great. So that's that. Then we've got this. The inside. Let's go into there. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So you need to be there. I'm just going to do that now. Fuck it. When you're saying WD-40, it's not. It's look. I don't know if I can even show you because it's like, but it's split at the top there, so the blade constantly gets stuck in that and then flips itself onto that, and I can't move it. And it's the rubber is physically coming off it. But I mean, I've had it for I can't remember how many years now, and it's been fine up until now. So it's just one of them things, I think, where it's finally corroded to a point where I'm probably going to just need to replace it and stop being silly. So I will. Oh, it's the outer one that's the... Yeah, right, okay. Right, so this goes to there, and we are like that, and then we move down a bit. This one like that, and then like that. Along here, we've got one going to there, one going to there. Round about there, we've got that line there that then switches to there, like so. Okay, and then these are both needing bits cutting out here. We've got a bunch of them here. What? Didn't revert freshness. I've got a bunch of them here if you want them. Not exactly the same, but I've got them my plastic kit, and I hate them. I prefer a scalpel, but I have blades too. In fact, entire phone crashed. Okay. I'll have a look at it. I'm particular about what I'm using because I used to get and use these, didn't I? Come on. Them ones, and they were fine. And then when I switched to this one, it took a little bit of getting used to, and then I realised that I could do a lot more precise work with this. And I think I bought it from bloody B&Q, and now they sell them in B&M. And I don't know if it's like a knockoff that they've taken the mold from and just made the the factory's made one for like a cheaper company type of thing, because it's exactly the same. So I'll probably end up just getting another one. Yeah, just give it a go, even if you keep them as backup. Oh, tomorrow they're doing an emergency alert test. Oh yeah, I know, I've been getting bloody notifications about it for like 3 weeks or something now. They had me fully convinced that it was happening yesterday because I got 2 texts and a Google alert about it, and then it never happened. So I looked back and then realised, oh yeah, it's tomorrow. So yeah. Bollocks. There we go. Take that a little bit out. Shit. There we go. How are we doing? No splits so far. That's good. What are we doing here? These are inward. Right, that's something I forgot to do on this one, and I was already deciding to start bloody gluing on this side. Woodick. Okay. That's going like that, that's going like that to meet it in there, and then we've got the outer, the pulley outery. The pulley outery. My word. Is there a... No, there isn't. Okay. So if that's like that and that's like that and that's supposed to marry up with it, that's going to be weird. So I think I'm going to try and glue that on first before I do anything else. And then I'll maneuver it around that. And then this and this should go together. See, that's annoying. That's apparently got a bit chopped out of it as well. So let's see if this works. Right. Oh, do you know what time is it? Shit. Right. I'm going to do this one side, and then I need to go. I actually need to go shopping. I need to get animal products and human products for consumption on both sides. Or food shopping, if you will. Have I done this? Like, not... Yeah, I haven't done it enough. Bollocks. Oh, that's why. Flipping Nora. There's a whole section there that's supposed to be cut out. Now there's glue. Panic. Panic, everyone. Panic. They say there's no need to panic. That's what they say. I say, fuck those people. Panic. Panic. Everyone panic. We fucked it up. It's alright. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna go actually, and I need to go shirt hopping, and then I'm gonna have something to eat, and then I'll come back about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, probably more like 8 actually, my time, in time, and yeah, go from there. Go from there. Just wanna, I really want to try and make this like stick first and what have you, but I think, yeah, I need to go get the food situation sorted first, really. So I'll just do this and then we can get going. So I want to get some dry food for the king and or queen of the Serengeti, or the jungle. And yeah, so I will I'll leave it at this for now, and then I will be back in a couple of hours, I think, because, oh, do you know what? No, I'm gonna just get this. No, I'm being stupid. Now, yeah, because I need to get this done. I need to get it done. So I'm going to do it because I know what I'm like. I'll come back to it and be like, no, I don't want to do it because I'm halfway through it. So, like, to avoid such stupidity that sometimes comes out of my brain, I'm just going to at least get this one glued and sort of ready to go. Ready to be glued on to this sezione. And then I should have done my goal of working on it for at least 2 hours this afternoon. And then, yeah, I'll get on at about 7 or 8. And we'll do a nice big long one. And try and get... I want to try and get at least the entire sort of face done and start building up, or we could get all the way around the helmet. That would be nice. Because not all of it's going to be as intricate as this little fucking cheek bit. Fine, be that way. Glue gun. Just want to fucking fling yourself around the place. Fine. But yeah, it's asleep, so there's no rush plenty of normal food. I'm getting extras. But not for me. I actually need food. So that's the thing. And as I said before, I'm going to get this little spiky bit glued down first and then let that inform how the rest of it's going to go. Because it seems that it's a little bit out. And I don't know if it's just because this hasn't glued in exactly the way it needs to, but we'll see. Because then we need to glue this in this sort of position, which again I'm going to just try and push it into just so that glues properly. Right, now, moment of truth, everybody. Trick is to glue it like it's going to be a complete 90 degree or like a full 90 degree angle when you've got like a little outward thing to do as well. You cut it like there isn't an glue it like there isn't an outward and then pull it apart and it should work nicely. But don't get excited like I do sometimes and for lack of a better term, pull it out early. I'm sorry. That's fully unintentional because you'll see what I mean in a minute. Right, that's nice and solid and we pull it out like so. And you get that shape. Just like that. Now, trying to angle it so that you actually get like the light there. So that's what we're aiming for, is that. And then we've got this to marry up to the top part as well. So we'll do it a length section at a time. For God's sake! Why does my glue gun not want to live? Like it just doesn't like life anymore for some reason. Right. There we go. And now we need to... I'm going to do this a small section at a time to get the angle exactly right. So we're going to just do this front bit. So we can squeeze that in like that. Because that also needs to stay away whilst being glued, and that's complicated. split it. But it's okay because it'll work later on. Okay. There we go. More or less. That's pretty much how it needs to live. Like that. So we'll try and just gonna hold that bit now. And then this is going in here somewhere, like so. I'll start messing about, let it glue first. Such an impatient boy. Right. Okay, so that's going to meet up with that there. I'm going to just glue it over that section, get it glued onto there as well at a sort of angle. So that's the other thing, that needs to sort of be angled a bit as well, just to meet this properly, but it's okay. Seems to work alright where it is, and that is going to marry up to this bit here. So that's cool. So there we go. So that's going to attach onto there. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Good couple of hours on the commission. And I'll be back in a couple of hours. I'm going to aim for 7 o'clock my time, which is Great British GMT, if you're watching from other places. And yeah, I will get the rest of this like all around. That's what I'm aiming for, is to go like right round the bottom. So then we have the base and we build it up from the top, from the bottom to the top. So yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in a couple of hours. Bye bye.